how's it going? Look at all these beautiful people right here on the screen. What? I'm echoing. I gotta plug this in. Hang on a second. I need to update this Patreon thing. Your name could be on this list. Your name might be on this list and you're not even on the screen, which is just a horrible feeling that I haven't updated yet. But that's because I'm working on a movie, which is also produced by our patrons. Where's the button? It's called Cams. Oop. Then there's Rager. We have laid out here. Sorry, you're gonna get dizzy. We'll have peanuts laid out here today. I'm gonna find out if we have any investors. You should be able to hear me. Everything should be good. Here's my phone. Push penis and vagina, says Melanie. Okay. It's funny, Melanie, that's actually on the list, and it's like legit, like what we should do. So, yeah. Welcome to the show. Welcome to James True. Hello there, everyone. I see people in chat. There's Boz369. Love that guy. You should follow him on Instagram. He's got some good stuff. Get your name on the list. Yeah, get your name on the list. Way to go, Shitmoth. Speaking of Shitmoth. Some of you are new listeners to me here, so you don't know what Advent colander means. And this is Prometheus. This is our trusty squirrel who hasn't made an appearance yet on season 2, but it's definitely been close by. We have different. We have the SpaceX launch. We have peanuts in space. We have the Tesla. We have just all kinds of critters there. And this is the season 2 of our Advent colander. You guys might be wondering why we call it colander. I will briefly tell you. If you've heard this story, don't worry. I usually go pretty quick on these things. But when I was in... Hang on a second. I want to get the light. I should not even have me on camera right now. I've been doing too much movie making. And not enough grooming. I have to get this. It's so confusing to move one way to get to the other way. Yeah, awesome calendar, right, Nancy? The when I was in college, I was paying for college, and I worked at an ad agency, and I was promoted to creative director of that ad agency. It was a small agency. DC McDonald and Associates. And we did a lot of hospital marketing. It's when I first got into the whole, oh wow, medicine is like a business. We're just marketing this shit. Like this isn't like a noble, it's just a business. It's just like anything else. And one of our clients was the University of Tennessee at Knoxville. And they wanted a calendar, a football calendar. This is a long time ago, before the days of spell check. I mean, we had spell check, but it was called Diane. Diane was the spell checker. That's who the spell checker was. And you would finish something and you would send it to Diane. But spell checking had just come out. Anyway, the University of Tennessee at Knoxville ordered 50,000 colanders. Someone just said, oh, thank God he just moved the mouse. 50,000 colanders, and yeah, as you can tell, we had colander, and the bookstore didn't notice. It didn't notice. The University of Tennessee bookstore didn't actually notice that was happening. If that's cut off, then maybe it's the streaming thing. If you're saying the head's, because I don't see that the head's cut off, Mel. And I was proud of myself for, oh, there we go. I bet maybe that's better. Let me know if that's better. I don't like you guys looking at my nose. My skin is really needing some refinement. Okay. Also, I need to, yeah. I got to start doing more prep there. So we sold 50,000 colanders, and back in the day before the internet, it was printed on paper. It was glossy. There's nothing you could do about it. It was the most tragic mistake I've ever made in my career. course, I was 25 at the time. Who the fuck would make a 25-year-old, put him in charge of that? But, yeah, lesson learned. I've pretty much been self-employed ever since. It's not like that day, but, I mean, I was actually fired from that job because of wardrobe. That was the first job I was fired because I didn't keep an appearance that reflected the values and culture that we're trying to convey here at DC McDonald, that kind of thing. I really thought that, well, this is about work, right? That this is about, people are going to value you. This is the young 25-year-old me. People are going to value me because I'm good at my job. Therefore, I will be as good at my job as I can possibly be. I'm going to put more calories into the perfection of my work than I am going to be in my grooming or my schedule. And that was a really bad gamble. I wouldn't recommend doing that. If you want to do that and not succeed in business, but find truth or I mean, your own version of truth. I'm not trying to say I have truth that no one else has, but if you want to follow that personal journey, I recommend it. It's freaking first rate. But if you're there to make money, it's not going to happen by doing that. You're going to have to focus a lot more on your appearance, a lot more on your charismatic interactions with people. You're going to have to learn how to compassionate someone, determine what it is they want to hear, and then tell them that thing. And then when you get to the part where I always get stumped, which is that, yeah, but that means that I'm purposely like bribing them and coaxing them by giving them certain bits of information at a certain time. That feels sick to me. When you get to that part, let me know how you get over that hurdle. Because I got to that hurdle, was just like, yeah, I'll just deliver pizzas. That was my way of getting over that hurdle. Was I'll just go deliver pizzas. It's no big deal. I can do that. Tonight is 29 Kislev. In the year 5782. And it's funny because we're under the impression that it's 2021. Today's topic is game theory. And the reason why I wanted to talk about game theory is because if you look at what's happening right now, you're watching a massive game theory under play, and it's really, really first rate. It's amazing. Oh, thank you, Virginia. Says my wardrobe is impeccable. Of course, she could have been talking to someone else. Barfling Arcane just says dicks. He just typed the word dicks, which is the wrong coupon code, Barfling Arcane. The right coupon code is penis. And some of you might have tried that 2 days ago. It didn't work, but we've extended our penis all the way through the holiday. We've extended our penis discount code. So if you use the word penis at checkout or vagina, you will see a 23% discount, which is indicative of your genes, because we want you to find your genital roots. And there you go. So yeah, this is the topic I wanted. Which one, Spectral Valkyrie? The one about the coupon code or the one about game theory? I'm going to guess it's game theory. So on the field, 4.1 million people have quit their job. 4.1 million people. We're past the point where we're under the impression that, well, the world's run by businessmen who just want to make money. No, that has not been the case for so long. Having the idea that the super rich elite, these masked Avengers that we always talk about, having the idea that these people out there only want to make money is what we tell ourselves to make us not feel like such a bitch about how much we work for monopoly money, or how much we have worked in the past for monopoly money. The fantasy that we had that money was real is going to bleed out. And we're going to have to create these scenarios where we're like, yeah, the makers of Monopoly. Did you guys know that the makers of the game Monopoly, over the years, they've been printing less $10 and $20 bills and putting them in the Monopoly game? Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you? Did you know that? And this week, they're now putting 2 less 50s in the Monopoly boards. But the price of the Monopoly game is the same. It's the same. Which clearly shows you that these people are laundering money. And that's kind of what we do when we pretend that this is about money. It's not about money. Guys, if you are in charge of your homeowners association, and little Timmy comes home and says, look, Mom, I found a cat, and she has a kitten, and the kitten has like one eye. and the other has like a pirate patch on it, right? And this green pusticle is like growing on the side of the kitten's face, and that green pusticle is talking. It's hitting on Timmy's mom. It's like, hey, Barbara. She's like, how'd you know my name? And he's like, 'cause I watch you. I'm the green growth that lives on the side of the feral kitten's head, and I've been watching you undress at night. And she's like, oh my, this is really uncomfortable. I don't know where this analogy's going. But you find that the homeowners association will suddenly decide they have authority over those feral cats. That Barbara's wholesomeness is on the line. We have to do something. And they will go out and they will find a way to catch those cats and neuter them. And the whole time they will go piss, 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 piss underneath the car, right? With the broom on the other side, they'll go piss, 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 piss. And the whole time they're not saying, hey, I'm going to cut your balls off. Hey, I'm going to cut your balls off. Hey, I'm going to cut your balls off. Hey, I'm going to turn you gay with atrazine. Hey, I'm going to completely obliterate your mind by feeding you with propaganda. Piss, 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 piss. That doesn't happen. It's just piss, 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 piss. And that's the game theory. The game theory is how many will go, how many will stay. You're just as motivated by what causes you pain as you are by what causes you pleasure. In fact, I would say you're more motivated by what causes you pain. We just forget how much math is involved, that when you feel pleasure, your pain goes down. So it's like a DAO. It's like a crypto DAO where, yeah. Anyway, some of you guys don't know what that means. It's okay. If you're in Crypto Dojo, you do know what that means. We had our first Crypto Dojo. It was marvelously successful. I think we're having another one. We're trying to get Josh and Johnny to talk, but they're both kind of like, yeah, well, let me think about it. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. Yeah, let me just get around this corner. And I get it. We all have our corners. And I'm actually, guys, seriously, I'm really looking forward to that. This is me looking forward to that by saying this. So, yeah. So if you want to participate in those Crypto Dojos, you need to be a patron, man. You need to be a patron or a witness on J True. That's what you need to do. So, game theory. 4.1 billion people have lost their job. That would be the bad, right? That's the prod, right? That's the prod. But now you have 4.1 million people standing in a field looking at each other, going, hey, what do we do now? Hey, what should we do? And meanwhile, the entire time, YouTube is pushing and pushing and pushing crypto. It's like, oh, there's crypto. There's crypto. So you have the game and the theory. You have them both, right? You have the prodder and you have the bait. You have the carrot and you have the stick. The crook and the flail. If you've read my book, Blueprints of Mind Control, you understand that since the time of Pharaoh, the crook and the flail have been the instruments of Pharaoh. Right? And the crook is to comfort, it's to pull your sheep in, and the flail is to flog them and get them to move. That those two things are the principal power of Pharaoh himself. And all of us succumb to our different pharaohs, to our different pyramids, and each of us are subdued, administered, or learn to master the crook and flail. Ladies and gentlemen. Shit, I scared him off. Wait a minute. I'm going to do this because I'm pretty sure he's going to come back. I'm pretty sure he's going to come back. Fascinating commentary, and Prometheus is heading up the porch there. He's checking things out. He's not sure what to feel about this. He feels the eyes of witness on him. He's found a peanut. He has found a peanut, ladies and gentlemen. He is on his way. Prometheus has left the building. Oh, shit. I really screwed it up. Oh, man. I gotta... Oh, shit. The problem with these tripod mics is they're never going to go right back where they were. I'm gonna get my shit together. My shit is together. We're just working on a movie. Jeez, this movie is so good, guys. It's so good. I've been using Unreal Engine, the 3D program. The lighting is just stellar. Some of the scenes I'm getting are just, to die for. It's amazing what you can do. I can't wait to show it to you. In fact, Quantum Rapture, one of the sci-fi books, is now being made into audiobook. The calendar I've already opened day one. So you guys know we missed the live stream Wednesday because I lost internet. But I'm not going to pass up the candy. You nuts? So day one and day two have already been scarfed. But we are looking at day 3 now. And where's 3? See, Sarah likes to mix it up, so she makes you look for it each time. She doesn't put them in order. There's no 3. There's 3. It's right. There's the Tesla wheel is number 3. So we're gonna go in there. And now we have a piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. It's a Candor Mini. Anyone who buys a book. Wait, I can't do this. Melanie has to do this. Melanie has the books. I was gonna give this candy away to anyone who buys a book, but I can't. Stop trying to sell books, James. Stop it. Jesus. Yes. I didn't mean you. I'm talking to the camera here. Okay, so the game theory thing, right then Andy just tweeted me, and he's like, oh, James, why did I tweet this episode? Why? Oh, James, come on, turn it around, buddy, turn it around. But the game theory thing is unfolding right now, and crypto is an instrumental part of this. Right now, you're watching this rudimentary, centralized, bastardized internet doing its thing, and it's been amazing. It's amazing. But what's coming next is something completely different, where your wallet is a URL now. The way that you collect money is actually going to be something, like Prometheus.money or something. And that's actually probably a real site. But just like some of us have a URL or a homepage like jtrue.com, all of you are going to have an Ethereum wallet. It won't be Ethereum. It could be Ethereum, but it's not necessarily Ethereum. I'm not trying to say, but you're going to have a crypto wallet, and that crypto wallet is going to be that really long string, right? That's going to be too hard. You're not going to want to say, yeah, I need you to send me $1.17 for that part. He's like, okay, well, I'm just give you my crypto address. Yeah, okay, go ahead. Okay, you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. OXE8 7246AZ4992. Wait, how many nines was that? Which 9? Right? All that's gone, and that'll be replaced with, we'll just send it to true.james.eth or whatever. That's the future. That's what's happening right now. That's what all this will be. So some of you were holding out saying, oh, I'm just going to hoard silver and gold, and that's great. But I have a box of silver, and I can't sell it. The reason why I can't sell it is not because, there's nowhere to sell it. Sure, I could go to find a pawn shop and I could sell it, but I can't sell it because this piece came from Josh. This piece came from Nate. This piece came from Melanie. These are pieces in here of silver. It's not money to me. It's more important than that. It's tangible. It's something that someone else touched that I touched. The art of something being touched is going to become more valuable. Thank goodness. Why? Because we're starting to realize the difference. The power of touch. All these things are being shown to you. These horrible things that we think happen to us, ironically, are always showing us something. It's almost as if there's a plan. It's almost as if God is combing our hair, and the tangles we feel are just, oh, God, that hurts. God, that hurts. Would you stop it? You're so mean, God. So all you do is comb my hair, and this fucking sucks, man. Can't you just leave it alone? And God's like, no, I can't. You got gum in your hair, dude. You got sap. You have pine needles and sap in your hair right now. And I enjoy that you found sap. I'm not mad that you even had sap. But I need you to become untangled. And I'm going to give you vitriol, this life, this comb. And this comb is going to show you what hair feels like when it's straight. That if you did not have this process, you would go the rest of your life and have no idea what your hair looks like. You wouldn't know. So we need these things like vitriol. The fact that you feel pain in your toe is going to always elicit the exact same response from you every single time without question. Pain in the toe will elicit you investigating your toe. You will witness your toe because of the pain. So the pain itself is like a dowsing rod for your witness. The pain is giving you a place to put that focus. I'd like you to apply this game theory to your actual life. I'd like for each of you to level up today. I'd like for each of you to rethink your entire thermodynamic equation with pain and with failure. That the truth of the matter is that these things called pain and failure, are precisely the most precise instruments that you could have in your cockpit right now to show you where the bogeys are, to show you your mission on the map. And when you start to understand that pain is a reading on your sonar screen, something amazing happens. It stops hurting so much. It stops hurting so much. Why? Because you're physically alchemizing that pain, and the way that you're spiritually, physically alchemizing that pain is noticing its utility. That the noticing of utility in something is the transmutation of that energy. That you're transmuting that energy when you notice things. That pain is no longer seen as this brutal force from some unseen hidden hand that's administering pain to you for no other reason than it has nefarious goals of spending its life torturing you. That kind of fantasy is how we would least transmute pain to the most possible level. Pulling up a muscle, pulling up a weight, as you're lifting weights, could be interpreted by you as, I'm ripping my muscles and they'll never get better, and all this blood and ripping and pain and stretching of the tissues. Sorry, I'm trying to think of a better word, but the rending of the muscle tissues, the evisceration of the muscle tissues itself is deteriorating me, and I'm dying here. That would be one way of looking at the process of lifting weights. And having that process would amplify that pain and even amplify the damage that pain is doing to you. But the moment you transmute, the moment you alchemize, the moment you pull the Jesus Christ on the cross and say, wait a minute, I asked for this. I came into the city on the backs of Jonah. I said to all these people, I am going to be crucified. It's going to happen. I am on my way to be crucified. What are you doing, Jesus? I am on my way to be crucified. Why are you doing that? Because this is the world of the cross. That I am here to be stretched, pulled taut between these two perpendiculars, morality and mortality. That these two things are here to cause me pain so that I may know where to place my comb on my nappy ass hair full of pine sap. That the pain itself is the only way you're going to find your way through this cave in the dark. It's completely dark in this cave. But like a bat, you have pain as a sonar, and that sonar is showing you the way out. This is your connection to your guardian angel, your intuition. That reptilian base snake in your spine is your guardian angel. We've talked about this before. That guardian angel has zero interest in getting you to have a good time. That's a low vibration, says the guardian angel. You can have a good time, but there's more important things. I want you in flow state. And that guardian angel looks at your actions, looks at your behaviors, and cannot speak to you in the words that you use, because the words language caused you to be corrupt to even learn those words, that you had to take a vaccine of language to be able to even understand words, and your intuition is far too pure for that kind of thing. It's always been able to communicate with you. Since before language, your intuition knew how to pull your strings and talk to you. And you fell out of trust with your intuition because you think that your intuition's job should be to make sure you're happy all the time. And you think that the job of your parent is to give you as many packages of string cheese as you can eat and all the candy that you could stomach, and never ever broccoli and never cauliflower. It's the exact same relationship. You have a relationship with your parent because it's the only thing that this world could show you archetypally to get you to look inside and see that relationship with yourself. So this intuition knows how irrational you are. It knows that you could come home one day and suddenly decide, yeah, I'm not a tender anymore. I'm like a Apache helicopter. And that it knows that you will lose footing, that you will lose the entire bridge, that you will go for years without even being on the bridge, and that it has to adjust its tactics for you to keep the vessel safe. That squirrel's right there, but I know if I turn the camera around, he's going to run away. I'm going to try it, though. I'm going to try it. Here he comes. Here he comes. Let's see if we get it. Let's see. There. We see this all the time right now with crypto. You see it all the time with all kinds of energy. Gambling is the perfect teacher for this. It shows you the power of you versus the power of your spiritual intuition. Your intuition knows things you don't. You know that. Your intuition has skills because it's completely in touch with all your hardware. Your olfactory system has complete information about an environment. Think about what a dog does. That a dog's able to analyze and predict and simulate an entire environment purely from the smell. The olfactory contains information. There's a bandwidth there. There's a bandwidth that comes with that information. And that information is interpreted through you, through your nose. But your nose, pardon me, your nose does not go through your amygdala. It actually does, but your nose is rooted directly. It doesn't pass through a neocortex. That your nose is sensing the world long before your sight and your sound ever could, because your sight and your sound are going to run through what it sees through the through the occipital lobe, and determine, is this even viable to show? The nose doesn't do that. The nose will show you the obnoxious smell because it's just that crucial. That the nose never lies because the nose is your guardian angel. That is your intuition. Your guardian angel is in charge of your smell. Did you know that? Did you know that? It's true. It's true. And right now you have a relationship with this guardian angel, whether you want it or not. You can put yours in the Zeta Reticuli and send that snake, call it a reptilian, and cast it out into space 500 million light years away, and then claim that intuition, your own intuition, is actually out running the entire world and the government, and it wants to suck your life force when you sleep because of black goo prana, right? That's a way of dealing with your intuition. It's a way. Another way is to simply suppress it entirely. You wear a lot of perfume. Cover up your own smell. You will castigate your gut over and over again in public, telling everyone how stupid it is, how it doesn't know anything, and that if you shame it enough, you'll eventually just stop listening to it. But your intuition can't die. It can't just die on you. So it's always trying new tactics. One of those tactics is it's going to stop listening to you. It's going to stop giving you full reins over the body. Why? Because you make stupid decisions sometimes, Mr. Apache Helicopter, right? You took hepatitis vaccine when you were a kid. You injected yourself with tetanus, with hepatitis A. You injected yourself with polio, with measles, and we don't even know what these things are. Your intuition would never do that. In fact, when you put a needle inside a child's arm, the child's intuition gives it focus through, remember what we talked about, pain, by focusing the child's attention at the point of pain, which is where the needle comes in. The reason why vaccines hurt, and by the way, look at your sensory organs, look how small that needle is, that a vaccine should not hurt unless It was something your intuition wanted you to see. That the actual injection of that tiny needle in the skin itself is not enough to cause pain. That it is something deeper that's triggering that pain to cause that child to give focus. And what happens when that child gives focus? His parents tell him, ignore your guardian angel. This anonymous person, we don't even know his first name, in this white lab coat, knows what he's doing. How do we know what he's doing? We were told, Bobby, okay? We were told that he knows what he's doing. And you need to ignore your intuition right now and stop complaining and stop crying. Stop listening to your body, Bobby, like some idiot, and take this vaccine. Come on, we got another booster in 5 minutes. And you grow up this way. And not only do you grow up this way, but you grow up this way with an intuition that's now upset at you. Your intuition's like, you fucker. I have never let you down. Every single cut, bleed, pain, danger. You don't even know, but I once saved you from that demon that you thought something was behind you and that made you look. I save you every day, says your intuition, and all you do is ignore me. So I have no choice but to come up with manipulations of my own to try and get you to fucking pay attention. And so now your intuition is having to lie about a lie about a lie and then take a sarcasm, turn it into a backwards compliment, and then feed it through these channels called humility, where you're pretending to be humble while you're actually secretly trying to suck all the virtue out of the goddamn room because everyone's going to think how humble you are. That all these intricate aerobic propaganda techniques we use just to secrete energy is something that your intuition sees and goes, God, you're disgusting. You eat with that thing. Look at where your tongue went. Look at where your tongue went to say what you just said, James, says the intuition. You eat with that mouth. Why are you doing that? This is the relationship your intuition has with you. It loves you, and it also cannot trust you. It can't trust you. Not only that, even if it could trust you, I want to remind you that you go to fucking sleep on the job 8 hours a day. At least 8 hours a day. You're fucking not even there. You're not paying attention. You're a drunk captain. And you're just like, it'll be fine. I'll wake up in 8 hours. I'm sure everything will be working when I wake up. You have no idea how many systems have to run. So your intuition is not even supposed to fully trust you. When you fully understand what you is, what ego is, what I am is, not only is it something you're not supposed to reject, it's something you're supposed to embrace. It's something you're supposed to realize is, this is a very dangerous water hose, and I can't control where this turns. I can't shut it off. When I go to bed, I can't shut off this entire system, all the things that I might do to others around me. I can't shut that off. The actions that I make, the things that I've done, have been set and are rolling down the hill even as I sleep. Pebbles that I've cast away are coming back at me 15 years later. And your intuition is trying to make sense of all that, going, how the fuck do we even cope with this? How do we even deal with all this? So give your intuition more credit. Realize that your intuition is just trying to work with what it can. Now imagine what it would be like if you were to work with your intuition. Imagine what it would be like if you were start to be thankful when you felt pain. Imagine if you get sick, if someone was to say to you, oh, you're sick? I hope you're really sick. I hope that the sickness that you're going to feel over the next couple of days is so brilliantly done that your body is able to clean out whatever it is that it needs to clean out. Good luck with your sickness. Because that sickness is going to be, look, man, this is not a cut. I need you to fucking put some time in. I need you to put some time into the pain that's going on right now because we have a problem in the boiler room number 7, right? And your intuition finally has no choice but to shut you down. And what do you do? Proving my whole point here. What do? We go out and try and suppress the very pain that our system's trying to give us so that we will secrete the witness into that spot. Have you ever considered that maybe pain is the entire reason why intuition It's the entire way that your intuition invokes healing. That the sacrifice of pain that you feel with your witnessing, with your fully witnessing it, is the transaction that your body is making to heal you. That it's no different than saying, if you were to lift this muscle, you get stronger. If you were to make this sacrifice of witness right now, by placing your witness into the cleaning out of boiler room number 7, that boiler room number 7 wouldn't be a tragedy to you. It would be an opportunity for you to finally go down to boiler room number 7, which you've never even been to. You've been here 50 years, and you've never been in boiler room number 7, but now there's pain that's showing you, hey man, this is Chet. He works in boiler room number 7. You're finally getting to know these places. If we embrace the pain, we start to transmute, like Jesus, we start to transmute the process itself, the healing process itself. Take that notion, not just with cuts, not just with bruises. Even if you think about it, traffic, you'll suddenly go, that guy doesn't seem right to me. I'm going to get over it. Right after that, he does something stupid. You know, SA. You know. Take that deeper. And take that into every decision that you make in your life. Every decision you made today, yesterday, and the day before. That you are probably doing the same. You're doing it. You are. That you're doing the same thing, except for with your emotions. That the painful emotions are opportunities for you to alchemize by focusing your witness into a certain spot. Choose or not. What's going to be the issue is going to be you falling for the illusion of lack, which your rational mind had to have. It's the only injection that the intuition could give you to make you believe that this is something that you'd have to take seriously. So it creates this illusion of lack in you. You have the most exquisite relationship you have is with yourself. And how you process what happens to you is completely based on how you're alchemizing the moment that you're in. When you're in a moment of lack, you are abandoning yourself. That when you're walking around going, gosh, I just need to get some more capital. If I just had more capital, then I could do this, and then I could do this, and I could do this. What you're actually happening is saying, stop, dear moment. I need to dump energy. I can't have all this power. That the power of now, the power of this moment is too much for me, and I can't have it. And I need a pressure relief, and I'm going to analyze, searching, searching, I'm going to search through my data banks and find the weakest point where I can say, this is lack. And now that I have this weak point that I can say this is lack, I have no hair on top of my head. That's just an example. I love my head. But anyway, let's use that as an example. I have no hair on top of my head. I have lack. I am lacking because I have no hair on top of my head. Gosh. I wish I could jump off a high dive and get out of the pool, but I know because I don't have hair on top of my head, I can't do that. All these things, it's hard to even think about it, because when me not having a hair on my head used to bother me, it really bothered me. Why? Because I needed, it was the perfect excuse I had for lack. That all the now energy that builds up in your soul, all the energy of now, to taking in a breath, is power. And when you have all that power coursing through your veins, right? That if you don't want that power, you're going to look for excuses to dump it. And we're raised in a culture where we're not supposed to have power, right? We think anger means bad. We think discomfort means bad. We think all these things that show power, that show vibration is bad. So we've been brought up to spit up our power. And how do we do that? We look for lack. That the moment you find lack, you can now be like, yeah, man, I'm never going to get a girl because I ain't got hair on top. I need to stop this analogy because this has really been brutal for me. but it's you will keep riding that lack and go, yeah, this is good lack, man. How's that lack over there? This is some great fucking lack, man. Check it out. I'm gonna out bitch for months about how I have no money. Because I just lost it on this investment. And you've set yourself up for the most convenient, profitable prana economy you can have, because now you have lack. Which means the second you wake up, you can be like, oh shit, I have lack. Fuck yes, I can dump all this power. I don't have to do shit today. Why not? Because I have lack. And what are you up to tomorrow? I just got some lack, man. I'm gonna go fucking lack the shit out of this thing tomorrow. Oh, dude, that's some great lack. You're gonna be lacking for months. I know, dude. Surf's up, dude. Is that Freedom Rock? Turn it up, dude, right? This is how it works. And just because you don't see it, or just because you think, well, maybe, it doesn't mean it's not happening. That it is happening. And you have an opportunity right now to alchemize the shit out of this. You have an opportunity to see the colander for the trees and realize maybe you're not cut out for lack. Maybe this world of creating lack in my life is just a fucking excuse, and I need to stop being such a pussy. That these transactions you make on a daily basis are always going to be profitable for you, always, because you were always looking out for a number one, and that's yourself. And what does intuition do? But it comes and gives you pain afterwards. Oh yeah, you want to have carrot cake, James? Yeah, I'll make you fucking pay for that carrot cake for the next 3 days. Your intuition is always, always, always the only person in the room who has all of its cards in your corner. Every time. It has more confidence in you than you do. It believes in your potential more than you do. It has more faith and resiliency in you than you do. This is your root. And it's talking to you, and it doesn't use words. It uses pain. It uses dopamine. It uses melanin. It uses hair. Or the lack thereof. So I want you to start stalking your lack. Right now, there's something that you feel like, oh, I wish this was going better. And that legitimately could be going better. Yes, it could. But that is an excuse. The camouflage is you are hiding behind the shadow of that tree. You're using it as camouflage. But because you've decided that you're powerless, you're not going to be able to give yourself that much credit that you could ever camouflage yourself from that so much. You're watching the same thing with pharmaceuticals right now. They have to be legit because Billy, this guy's wearing a white coat. He's got to know what he's doing. It's that kind of thing. That most of these things are masks that we use. So find lack and be thankful for it. Look for the lack that you feel right now before the show started. Maybe you're feeling lack right now. Like, gosh, I'm really lacking watching this guy. That could be the lack you're feeling. But I want you to turn around that and realize that that is the camouflage excuse. That really James is actually fucking brilliantly insightful right now. That dude is fucking nailing it. You don't have to do that. But what I'm saying is that this lack right behind it is going to be exactly where it's hiding. Always. Where does psychopaths hide? In constriction. Wherever there's constriction in this world, constriction of information, space program, nuclear weapons, germ theory, markets, all the power is going to be constricted in the constriction zone. The place where there's a very, very tiny hole, the eye of the needle. Why? Because no light's getting through. No one's able to analyze. Find that lack in your life and realize that you're hiding behind that. That lack has been a brilliant excuse. And because you know deep down it's an excuse, you will resist someone like me who's even starting to suggest to you this excuse. Find that resistance and go, wait a minute. Fuck. I think he's right. And here's this bad part. The return on investment for realizing I'm right on this fucking sucks in the beginning. On day one, it is brutal, baby. You are having to buy in and stake on those tokens, and it fucking hurts. As soon as you buy it, they're gone. But you gotta wait. You gotta hodl, baby. You gotta wait for that influence. It's going to grow, and you will start to see that, holy shit, I took away that lack, which drained my ability to lose power, which is very frustrating. You're not gonna even like that state. You're gonna Emotionally, you're going to feel like you just have all this energy and you don't know what to do with it. And all you have to do is nothing. That's it. All you have to do is be present. Breathe that power. Most of the pain that you have in your body, believe it or not, is an excuse for lack. If your lower back hurts, you've got a hole in your field right at your lower back, and that place is where all your energy is being drained. And you want to drain that energy because holding that much power requires responsibility, requires vigilance, requires you being morally seated in your cockpit because you're finally aware of how much influence you have over the world. That's why we don't like power. Power comes with a heavy, heavy responsibility. And sometimes we just don't want that. You do this every day. We do this every day. When someone says, "Oh, I didn't do that. That's not my fault. It had nothing to do with me. It was this." They're just telling you, "Here's my product dump. I don't want to hold that power. I don't want to hold the power of the responsibility. Therefore, I'm going to deny that I had anything to do with it." All you're watching is a thermodynamic equation. You know, I didn't make up the word prana economy because I wanted to make up a word. That word is the only word that explains what's truly happening, that you're making an economic decision, even with yourself, and you're using lack as the lead for that. It's your lead in. It's your excuse for why you have to go home early at the party. "Well, my dog, he got sick." "Oh, when did he get sick?" 8 months ago, he threw up on the carpet. "But I should really go home because, that's your lack." And that lack works and everyone else accepts it. Why? Because we're brought up in a society where lack is good. Where lack builds. Where I can build things off lack. We will build an entire economy off lack. We will build countries. We will build ecosystems. We will build religions. We will build science. We will build all these things off lack. Because lack makes us feel good. Same way candy does versus broccoli. Same way. But as you grow older, these things start to process differently. The truth of what's happening around you is no longer being able to provide you the same sort of pleasure that you got before. And you'll use that as lack, and you'll say, "Well, it's because I'm older now and I'm jaded." No, it's not. No, it's because your intuition has had to increase the pain that something causes you because you will not pay attention to it. It's game theory inside you. Your internal guidance system is running game theory on you right now. Find that lack and alchemize it. Picture yourself on the cross of your pain and alchemize it. Transmute it. That's why the archetype of Jesus is so powerful. He transmuted the worst pain you could possibly imagine. There's 12 stations of the cross, right? First, we're going to take some sandpaper, and we're going to grind off just the very end of your fingernails so we can just touch the little soft spot underneath your toenails over and over again. Yeah. And then after that, we're going to put gum in your hair. Yeah. All over your hair, Jesus. We're going to put gum all over your hair. And then we're going to comb it out. Then we're going to put more gum in. We're going to comb it out. We're going to do that over and over and over again, Jesus. Yeah. Then we got, here's some vinegar. Oh, that's nice. He'll love that. Here's a sponge. Oh, that's great. Here's a prickly thing. We're going to take this prickly thing and hit you with it. Yeah. Here, you're going to drop the cross. You're going to pick it up again. Yeah. Here, we're going to stab you with a spear. Yeah, right here. Right there. Right there in the jab. Yeah. That this entire pain ritual is a transmutation of the soul. That Jesus is being perfected in vitriol. And when you look at this world and start asking yourself, why is there so much pain in the world? You now get to look at the world and go, oh, I know why. Because alchemy. And the next time you pick up that weight that you thought, oh, this is so torturous, fucking killing me, you're like, man, I'm building muscle. Look how ripped I am, man. And now when you're lifting weight, you're like, I'm fucking ripped. Oh, I'm so ripped right now. Oh, God. Oh, that chick's looking at me. Oh, look how ripped I am right now. Oh, God. Oh, she's looking at me again. Oh, hold it. Hold it. I'll see if you can get that vein. Get that vein. Oh, the vein came out. Oh, yeah, she's looking. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, sweet. You transmute. And you wake up the next day and you don't notice because it's so subtle. Because you can't see it anyway. But you're not holding 7 liters. You're holding 11 liters now. That you were holding, you're walking around now with 11 liters of power all the time now. And you don't even feel it. You used to walk around with 7 liters and be like, oh my God. Oh, the leadership on this is just killing me. Oh, my back. I can't take all this pain. Oh, please, God, make the pain go away. Right? And then meanwhile, Dash Rip Rock is like, God, I'm going to do some more weight. Oh, God, she's looking at me. Oh, I'm going to hold it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I need to get some higher riding running shorts tomorrow. Yeah, it'll be great. This is good. Do it. Do that with your soul. And the only way we could do that with our soul is if we had a world just full of fucking lies. A bunch of blind madmen running around thinking their conscience is in charge. Let's inject you into that world. That'll be plenty of crucifying. Why? Because you probably aren't going to pull a Jesus and come down here and say, where are you going? I'm heading to New York City. Why? I'm going to get crucified. It's going to be awesome. You want to come? No. See, that doesn't happen. So we need a world that's slowly building that way up. And your intuition wants you crucified. Your intuition knows you can take it. Your intuition knows what an amazing fucking butterfly is waiting. It just needs you to do one little thing. Your intuition's like, I'd like for you to cocoon yourself into a tiny piece of paper-like substance. Wrap it around yourself like a sleeping bag. And I'd like for you to slowly secrete acid that would destroy your bones and your organs. And I would like for that secreted mess of fluid that's been amalgamated into this essential goo of who you are to formulate itself into a butterfly. That's a hard sell. That's a very hard sell to someone who spent their entire life in that form, right? It's like, dude, I just learned how to work all 12 legs. Do you know how hard that is to make all 12 legs work like this? Now you want me to go dissolve all of my organs? Turn into a butterfly? And now I'm going to only have 6 legs. Butterflies only have 6 legs. Sure, you can count the antenna, but still, it's nowhere near how many I had. How is this a win for me? And the intuition's like, you'll be able to fly. You'll be able to go to Brazil. You'll fly all the way to Brazil. It'll be great. And you're just like, that sounds hard. It sounds hard. I can't even imagine flying to Brazil right now. I'm a caterpillar. I'm just looking at that leaf over there. I've been looking at that leaf for like 6 weeks going, man, how long will I get over there? I'm going to have to go down there, cross that, go up that tree, and then that's going to take 4 lifetimes, 4 generations. I'm going to have my great-great-great-grandchildren are going to go over there. And my great-great-great-great-grandfather came from that limb right there. Yeah. That even getting Caterpillar to think about flying to Brazil doesn't even sound real. And it doesn't even sound enticing. It doesn't. Caterpillar cannot contemplate or thinking about that stuff. And you're seeing the same thing happen with crypto right now. It's like, what do you mean there's like a million different currencies? Can't just have $1? Fuck, man. Can't we just have dollars? Look, I know the game's evil, but can't we just stick to our petrodollars and pretend like it's organic? Can't we just call the petrodollar organic now? You're going to end up in conversations like that. Look, can't we just have Luciferian evil force that's trying to do this to me? Can't we blame the Jews for this, please? Can't we blame my dad? Can't we blame my mom? Can't we blame my school? Can't we blame anyone else but me? And the answer is yes, of course you can. That's what this place is for. If you really jack in and think about it, probably reality, real reality, is experienced by us only in small sessions throughout the day. And that session would be what you and I call sleep. That your will is such a powerful manifester that it had to be placed in an environment that would purely slow your will down by making it having to travel through all these particles. just so you would stop willing disaster everywhere. That having free, unbridled willpower like you have would be sort of like giving a kid one of those super soaker guns, but full of liquid diarrhea, and letting him run through the house with it. And that God sees this, going, whoa, 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 Now you go outside with that shit. As a joke, you go outside with that shit. And so in order to do that, God only lets us in the house for 8 hours a day. And he's hoping that in school, in that training ground, that 16 hours a day of intensive training, that we are slowly learning to work with our intuition to see things that are invisible so that we can bring our will into alignment with pure compassion. Compassion is really just another word for sight. That we are living in a world where we're only seeing 0.03% of the spectrum. I'm sorry, it's 0.003% of the spectrum. And it's because even that is too much for us, and we lose sight of there's another pun. We lose sight of so many parts in that 0.003%. So we need a training ground like this. We need an avenue where we're only allowed to shoot straight in a certain direction. We can't shoot our neighbors. Hey, is this gun loaded? We can't do that. That we're shooting straight and nothing can happen. Because we've been placed in this dojo earth, this shell where we think it's complete, or we think it's this, and we won't go outside those bounds. That even we miss how powerful it is having awareness of something. That truly, if we were to be aware of what's outside the realm of our limitations here, that even by being aware of it, we end up probing it. That our awareness itself is a probe. It's if the moon landing was real, our awareness itself is touching the surface. It's that one small step for man, but real. It's not made up. We need this place. We need this place to keep giving us pain. We need that pain until we learn to relinquish full witness over ourselves, over others. It's all the same, really. That your capacity to exist in a holodeck is completely dependent on your ability to call up its programs and to run the simulation without killing anybody, including yourself. Please find that lack. The next time you feel lack, I want you to write it down and say thank you. And I want you to realize that the lack itself is a misnomer. That's the lie. That what's hiding right behind the lack is an excuse for you to dump power. When you're feeling sad, when you're feeling let down, when you're feeling disappointed, you're dumping power. And I want you to dump power. I simply want you to be conscious of dumping power. That's all. That when you're conscious of dumping power, you won't wake up the next day and go, man, I lost all my power. What a cruel, evil world this is that I lost all my power. Well, what happened? Well, someone took it from me. Oh, that's terrible. I know. Well, here's some power because I feel bad for you because someone took your power. Oh, thank you for this profit now that I just made by sacrificing my power. That's a prana economy. And that's how fucking society works. We run that shit every day. Every day. Wait, the moon landing wasn't real? It's the shit. Yeah. You guys can become a patron. If you're a patron right now, you're helping produce a movie. I'm getting the credits and everything. Really, really recommend you being a patron right now. We are making some amazing stuff. This movie, I can't wait to show it to you guys. Patrons are actually going to see a sizzle reel. Hopefully this weekend. It's so close. There's one more scene I want to add. So consider being a patron. Also, I could really use some book sales right now. Could do that. Number one, all 5 books are being sold for one low price, $88. There's a link in the chat for that. Number 2, if you enter the words penis or vagina, you will receive a 23% discount. Number 3, if you think that I'm immature, I want to remind you that I said number 2. Yeah. So there you go. All right, guys. There's a dojo today, 12:30. We look forward to seeing you guys there, and hope you can make it. Let's remember our calendars. Remember your lack. Please find that lack and thank it. And I would say more about the crypto economy right now, but I'll let you fill that in. 4.1 billion people purposely don't have a job. The entire economy is dissolving right now into an energy cloud. It is. Industries are liquidating themselves and turning themselves into energy, and that energy is Ethereum. It's going into the blockchain. And if you want to feel lack and say that the source of all my problems is blockchain, then that's a perfect excuse. You will be able to drain power for the rest of your life. Well done. That's very clever. But for the rest of us who want to alchemize, let's make some shit happen. Right now, there's a new standard for internet domains. This ENS stuff. It's not where I want it to be, but I want you to realize that the internet has never been decentralized because of DNS, domain name solving. That jtrue.com actually is 66.251.78.48. I don't know. I've had several different IPs, but that's really what jtrue is. And that the only reason why you can turn jtrue into that number is because of a centralized agency called ICANN, International Consortium of... Anyway. If that becomes truly decentralized, there will be no way to stop the flow of information. There won't be. The only way you'll be able to do that is by having limited hangouts, which is very effective, right? Look at Facebook. That's a limited hangout. But people like me don't hang out on Facebook. So we know that there will be a place for others to go. So the new censorship will be fashion-based, will not be authoritarian-based. This is powerful. You will see a whole new elite form of corporate criminals. You think the government's bad? Wait till you watch what happens as corporate cities come online. But none of this is stopping you from finding flow state. None of it. That even in that economy that might scare you right now, you're simply looking at weight that you think is too heavy to pick up. But you can pick it up. You can do it. And the only key you need to be able to pick that up is to alchemize that pain and to realize that pain is a radar. It's the most sophisticated equipment you have at your disposal. And that radar is going to show you everything you need. All right, not getting a squirrel today. Let's sign up. I'm lacking the $88 and a penis. Will Ratty Chen Pow? That is a good excuse to lose power. So good job, man. Run that for a while. Thank you, Mandy. You have a great day too. Everyone else have a great day. Everyone, Mandy says have a great day. I think you should listen to that advice. Find that lack. Thanks, Catherine. Good to see you. And yeah, we'll sign off for now. See you guys next time. Remember the cross. Remember the colander. And yeah, thanks, Neo Drifter. We'll oh wait. What's going on with the... There's a There's a I can't wait to go over this. We'll go over that one day. I need to stop fucking around. There is an eclipse today. And where are all the planets? I love how sometimes all the planets just hang out in the same spot. Not all the time, but sometimes. Last time we checked, Saturn was doing something scary over in Libra. Where is that? Where is that? There's Jupiter. Okay, so Jupiter and Saturn are hanging out. Look at Saturn right in the middle of that triangle of Capricorn. Right there. Venus is riding the back of Sagittarius. Oh, dirty girl. Doing cowboy style. Mercury and the Sun are hanging out. The tail Scorpion. Mars is contemplating Libra. So yeah, we got all kinds of cool things going on there. And yeah, you guys know that Corona Borealis is a constellation, right? It's a crown. It's a constellation of the crown. Hercules is heading for the corona. The hero is reaching for the corona. He's reaching for the corona. He's not fearing the corona. He's reaching for it. He's placing the crown on his head. That crown is realizing that you believe in lies is slavery. That all the industries that we have around us are built on lies. And they're built that way because no one knows the truth. That we've industrialized mystery itself, but we pretend that we've solved it. We pretend that we have the answer. And that's why we need rituals like white coats to carry that illusion. That's why when you hear things like Jeremy on Twitter say, thousands of doctors have isolated the virus, James, so clearly what you just said is bullshit, you know that is religion. That when he or anyone else tells you that thousands of labs have isolated the virus, what they mean is that lab went online, Google, and said, I'm looking for an isolated corona sample, please. And they isolate that virus by putting it in their shopping cart. That's how they isolate the virus. And when they bring that virus back to their lab, they put it in tissue and they grow it. And when they grow another sample of it, they call that isolation. They say, we've isolated the virus. And not once has a sick person been brought into a lab and had his snot pulled out for 14 days in a row in a trial where they tried to determine, is this the little pieces of viral data inside him that are making him sick or not? No one has ever done that, not once. Never. And when you and I hear they've isolated the virus, we're picturing this NCIS episode, right? Where there's this woman like looking around dramatically like, huh. And she's like walking into the corona lab and she's got pubic hairs in all these bags and they're all marked and there's fucking yarns on the wall connecting all this shit. And she's like, that sequence is not the sequence that's causing him to be sick. It's a different sequence. God damn it, get your shit together, Ray. We've got to save it. It's not that. That's not what happens. The WHO puts out a press release saying this sequence is the cause, and we will give your lab $80 a pop if you can match this sequence through a process called PCR. And that they don't even get a tissue, they get a fucking database. That these people, they're calling laboratories, or A, they're not doctors, B, they're running SQL queries. They're pulling up an Excel database and going, let's see, SQL. Select star where sequence equals WHO sequence. Run. We got a match. Oh my God, you just cured COVID. That's what the fuck is happening right now. That's what's happening. Makes me so mad we call that science. It's insulting that we're getting all these fucking press releases. Oh, a new Omicron variant, and not once is there a PubMed link. Not once. That's not fucking science. It's not news. I would say it's wrestling, but someone correct me on Instagram. So James, that's insulting to wrestling. Wrestling's very well put together, and fuck it, they're right. It's not even as good as amateur wrestling, because the amateur wrestlers, those dudes are fucking putting in some serious calories. It's not. It's a bunch of fucking colanders. I mean, not that I'm insulting colander, but it's a bunch of misspellings that are just out there and no one notices. The bookstore never noticed. They didn't notice calendar was misspelled. We noticed. And when we noticed, my boss is like, well, fuck, I'm not going to tell him. Do you know how much money we're going to lose if we have to reprint all these calendars? You don't think science does it any different? It's exactly how science works. Guys, wake up and feel the pain. It's good for you.